Hello people, welcome back to another episode of This Is Extremely Stupid, Why Is This Happening? I honestly don't even know how we've made it this far on the dumbness scale of TikTok challenges, but this one absolutely tops everything we've covered so far. This is worse than the Gorilla Glue challenge, which basically consisted of people gorilla gluing themselves in places such as their hair and their lips in a very sad attempt to try and get some quick clout and money on the internet. It's worse than the last challenge we talked about here on my channel, where people basically cut the oxygen going to their brain to make themselves pass out as part of a game that they would post on TikTok and try to get some easy likes and followers. This challenge is 100% the worst thing I've seen yet. This video is going to lower your IQ by at least 500, so, I'm gonna help you all out a little bit here. If you like this video right now, you will actually be receiving an update drive in the mail that contains a total of 1000 IQ. That's right, 1000 IQ. Honestly, I don't even know what you're waiting for. Go like the video right now, or else you're gonna miss out on the latest update. And while you're down there, might as well subscribe too. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I'd really appreciate it if you could help me in reaching that goal. It would mean a lot. Thank you. Anyways, this challenge that we will be looking at today is extremely dumb. The fact that people decided to try this in the first place just leaves me in awe. But the fact that this somehow turned into a trendy challenge at one point in TikTok's career just leaves me sitting here in absolute dismay. Knowing that people are willing to try this, and at one point we're encouraging people to try this challenge. Like the last video I did called The Most Dangerous TikTok Challenge, not only do people suffer from brain damage and a ton of other things from this challenge, they also have a risk of death as well. But unlike the last video, it wasn't just one or two cases of someone dying doing a challenge. And I'm not trying to make the last one not sound bad, because it was most certainly terrible. Don't get me wrong, and no one should ever even think about trying any of these challenges. You're an absolute dumbass if you think that trying these are okay. But this challenge has resulted in a handful of cases at the emergency room, and a large majority of them ending in fatalities. It's not a big surprise that this challenge results in such cases, as the challenge literally involves people intentionally overdosing on medicine. Perhaps you have heard of this one before, but this challenge was known as the Benadryl challenge, where basically people would go on TikTok, drink a whole bottle of Benadryl, and they would document themselves throughout and talk about what they saw and their experience while they were hallucinating on Benadryl. Supposedly, it's supposed to make you hallucinate. If you don't know what Benadryl is, basically it's a pain reliever medicine that's meant to treat pain from cuts or burns, or to relieve itches from like insect bites and such. And so you were only supposed to drink a very small amount of this medicine for its intended use. And if you need more of it, you're supposed to wait hours before consuming any more. But instead, people on TikTok were downing whole entire bottles at once, sometimes even multiple bottles at once, so that they could quote unquote take the challenge. Well, consuming that much Benadryl results in an overdose on the medicine. According to Health U, milder cases of overdose on Benadryl can cause sleepiness, dry mouth, constipation, and the inability to pass urine. Already, all of those symptoms sound horrible. That alone doesn't sound fun whatsoever, but these are just the milder symptoms. In more severe cases, that much Benadryl can lead to hallucinations, seizures, delirium, psychosis, coma, and death. Going through that list, I do not know who would ever even think about attempting this challenge. Those things are extremely horrible. I mean, you could literally die. Some of the other symptoms were delirium, and delirium basically causes a disturbance in your mental abilities. It makes it hard to think, it makes you less aware of your surroundings, which could put you in some very scary and dangerous situations. Another one of the symptoms that I listed was psychosis, and if you don't know what that is, basically it makes you disconnect from reality. Once again, another thing that could put you in like some very scary situations, and some very dangerous situations as well. I mean, none of this sounds like fun, especially the main side effect that we were focusing on, which is death. If you die, guess what? That's it. You don't get another chance. You would be dead. Your life would be over. However, the people on TikTok made this challenge sound like fun. They made it sound like an easy way to hallucinate. They never mentioned the risks or any of the dangers of the challenge, but they sure as hell were posting themselves trying these challenges so they can get some easy clout off of TikTok. And at the end of the day, those people posting those videos played a big role in encouraging others to try it. And very unfortunately, a 15-year-old girl ended up trying this challenge. She ended up suffering from the worst symptom that overdosing on Benadryl could result in. Tragically, she ended up dead from trying this challenge. Hospitals at the time were full of teen patients who were suffering from overdoses on Benadryl for weeks straight while this challenge was trending, and cases were reported of multiple comas and on a handful of deaths from the overdose of Benadryl. It truly is a sad and tragic thing to hear that teens were so encouraged by other users on TikTok to try and attempt this challenge. Some are doing it just to go viral on the app, just to gain some followers and get some likes. But others let curiosity get the best out of them, and after seeing others trying it and posting it, they decided to follow. And for some people, they ended up losing their lives to this terrible challenge. It really makes you wonder who the person coming up with these challenges are, who thinks it would be a good idea to encourage a bunch of people to try something so dangerous on a social media site. Like, if you're creating a challenge like this, your intention has to be to make other people try it, because you're attempting to start a challenge or a trend, and when there is a trending challenge like this, people follow along. So I mean, who starts these challenges? Who makes something like this and shares it with TikTok, challenging and encouraging other people to try it? I just really don't understand what kind of person would start something like this. It's really truly sickening to think about, and the fact that users will listen to what people say online and try and do things that they didn't do any research on or anything other than seeing a TikTok about it is truly scary to think about. Social media is such a huge influence on people, so far as to they would end up risking death because they saw a video of someone saying something extremely dangerous and life-threatening was fun. Anyways, that's about where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure that you do. I would really appreciate it. If you want to hear more stories like this one, click one of these thingies up on the screen. And yeah, bye.